kicker Dustin Hopkins out to get things started. And off we go here in Baltimore. Dejounte Wester now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Ravens will come out. They are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as a result of him being your quarterback. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. The shotgun, here's Jackson. Taking off. Jackson so nimble, he's got the first down and wisely gives himself up at the end.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Play action now. Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Now the first carry for King Henry. He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed. Tracked down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Jackson now on 2nd down. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. This throw right is taken in by Flower.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make.
A 30-yard attempt.
No issues there. This one is good. And the Ravens will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
opening drive, we'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the veterans still going. Former Super Bowl MVP, comeback player of the year in 2023, it's Joe Flacco.
And here we have a former Super Bowl MVP. Now, Mike, he might not be what he once was, but you can argue he has transitioned into being one of, if not the most reliable backup quarterback in the entire NFL. Whenever he's been forced into the starting lineup, he gives your team a chance. That's all you can ask for, especially at this point in his career. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
From the 34, here's 2nd and 4. The RPO, that one is complete. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Here's Judkins. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Flacco. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return doesn't go any farther. The Ravens offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead, see if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and inches. At their 48-yard line.
Jackson looking to throw. He'll step up and run. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. A gain there of 21. Good for a Raven 1st down.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. but sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
That's caught. Garrett Henry. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
At the 16-yard line, 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. In motion goes Likely. Gonna go right back to Henry. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. Jackson's going to keep this one himself. And he will take it in himself. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end. And they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Tyler Loop now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Ravens are out to a 10-0 lead. Team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes Ford on the return, and their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense will now ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass. Because the quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up the 1st down.
He'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And he dances away from one defender on his way. Gain of 7. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 2. They'll run once more with 4. And he'll take this one forward for about 3. And that's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. And the first.
So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Ravens out front. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Start of the second. Browns in control of the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. On the ground, this is 4. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
He finds Judy on that one. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Flacco. You look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 24-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good one. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
He'll get that to Quinshon Judkins. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing.
Here's a screen set up for Judkins. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long...
Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Browns are on the board. It's 10-7.
Browns 7.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Wester now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to take over once more. They had that field goal on the opening drive, the touchdown last time they had it. 2 drives, 2 scores, and here's drive 3. Some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing Jackson. And this will be caught right sideline, but no, out of bounds. The official says incomplete. Receiver could not get both feet down. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Flacco to throw. Now, here comes the screen for Ford. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 20. 1st down, Cleveland. 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Throwing, Flacco. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Pro Bowler the last 2 years, Namden Matafique in there to drop him. That time, it's a loss of 7.
And we've seen this time and time again. When this guy is in a groove like he is here, I mean, he's impossible to block. I mean, the offensive line, they've got to come up with a better plan to slow him down, or he's going to completely wreck this game.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Flacco. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And it looks like he's going to come up just short for the 1st down. Out of bounds, a yard shy of what they needed. They'll have to pick it up on 3rd down.
So often, sacks, especially on 1st down, can be drive killers. Their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, Don't be surprised if they go for it on fourth.
He is going to have a Browns first down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Here's 2nd and 2. They'll give it here to Judkins. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Here's Flacco to throw. And this ball's going to be incomplete. Deontay Johnson, the intended target there. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
Open man, and that's Tillman. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. As they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming.
It's now 4th down.
They'll run for it. It's 4. Short of marker, and that's going to be a turnover on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Back near his goal line, Jackson. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. It'll be marked down up around the 18-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Delay of game, offense. Still first down.
In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. It's going to be their second. As the clock is down with 21 seconds to go until halftime.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Jackson now. He runs with it. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
Couple of first downs already on this drive, and they'll go first down from the 43. Here's Jackson. There he goes again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 17 more yards. So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
This is still anyone's game here. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as the second half is about to get underway. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. DeAndre Carter on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Browns offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They bring Judy in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Now, faking the give. That'll be caught by the running back, Judkins. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it, and that is incomplete. Cedric Tillman was the intended target, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And this is going to go out of bounds, but it's a moot point, really, because it ends up being a turnover on downs.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. all of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
They'll run. It's Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Henry rumbles to the 1st down and more. And he's all the way down to the 15-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. 1st down, Baltimore.
3rd down and short. You decide to hand the ball off. What you're really telling yourself is just pick up enough yards to reset these downs. But in this case, the back had a whole lot more in mind. He saw the crease, and he hit it, and it led to a big gain.
And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. 2nd down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
So this time they're trying to use the run game to attack the boundary side of the field, and the defense is really fast in their pursuit. Really nice effort there from the backside, and they're able to bring him down this time for a loss.
It is 3rd and long. In motion comes Andrews. On 3rd down, Jackson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple yards shy of the 1st down. Here comes 4th down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the 1st down.
They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
Result of the play.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, I'm feeling pretty good about my chances of picking up this 4th down when I've got big old Derrick Henry in the backfield. So what an unbelievable job by this defense coming up with a huge 4th down stop.
The Browns offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. To throw is Flacco. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. And he's going to be taken down up around the 24-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run. I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one could be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Now Flacco. Looking deep here for Tillman. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on third and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation will be a little bit more conservative playing for the fourth down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up fourth and a mile.
Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away, as he's standing right around his own goal line. And he's not going to get anything out of this one. They force him laterally out of bounds. No gain on the return. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10.
Security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Browns offense ready to get back at it. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. Run straight ahead, that's 4. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Marlon Humphrey is there to bring him down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. On the handoff, Judkins. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. It's a Browns 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but the 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They face 2nd down and 7. The give to Judkins, heading right, and the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got it at about the 8. And there's business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation. and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
From back at the 13-yard line, it is 2nd and goal. Flacco. Here's a screen set up for 4.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Line of scrimmage to the 2-yard line. It's 3rd down and goal. He'll look to throw. Over the top. He's got it. David Njoku. Touchdown, Browns. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. It's up and through. And the Browns are on top. It's 14-10. Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. Trailed by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Jackson. That is left side and caught by Flowers. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd down at the 36-yard line.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. 4th quarter underway, and here's Henry. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Henry. And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down.
I really like this play call here, Mike, on 3rd down. Yes, it is the 4th quarter, but you've got plenty of time remaining. So keep running your offense, stay with what's worked, and they keep it on the ground and pick up 1st down.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. That screen goes for 12. And that's a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A 9-yard pickup in 2nd and inches at the 38-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on them, and in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
A first down throw for Jackson. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. And he's close to another first down. Brought down just shy of the marker.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
On the ground, this is Justice Hill. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
This is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down, and in this case, they do it for a loss.
Jackson on 3rd and 2. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately it stresses your quarterback.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Here in the 4th quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the 4th quarter.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd down
I should probably
at
stop
the
their head, boy,
11-yard
because I got all
line.
the hands, boy. All that drink you got in chill.
2nd and 7. Jackson looking to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He'll get this forward. No signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Hill. Touchdown. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and fourth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He knocks it through. And the Ravens move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here comes Ford on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Flacco to throw. Over the middle and caught by Judy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big one here in the fourth quarter. And even 30 yards.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this fourth quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
Open man is Johnson. He's got him. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They get 15 on that game. 1st down, Cleveland.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
And he'll take it on in. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Cleveland.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver's able to take it in for 6.
Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Browns move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Wester now to return it. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Ravens offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. To the outside. Catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 31 yards. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. On 1st and 10, Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. They'll drop to throw. That is caught. It is Hopkins. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard. Sets up 3rd down. To the air one more time with Jackson. It is brought in the end zone. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Baltimore.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Carter on the return. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Browns offense and Joe Flacco getting ready for the next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. This is 1st and 10. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Flacco. Over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second, as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. Here's 1st down. They'll run here. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Ideal circumstance there. They get the 1st down and preserve that final timeout. Gain of 12 and a 1st down. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Second and 10. Flacco to throw. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that 2nd down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now on comes Dustin Hopkins in a pressure situation. This to potentially send us to overtime. This one is on target, and it is good. They have tied things up here in the final minute.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool. He's calm. He steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late 4th as the kickoff comes. From the end zone, here's Keaton Mitchell. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Henry. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Switzer on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up a 2nd down at the 25-yard
Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Here comes Ford on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Judkins to begin the drive. And boy, tough to bring down there. Fighting forward for a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Here's Ford. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, it puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
And now this brings up a tough situation, Mike, because even if they were going to consider going for it on 4th down, how do you do so when you couldn't even manage to get a few inches on 3rd down? Disappointing result for them on that play.
The Browns getting their punting team out there. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. The Ravens offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
16-yard line.
In motion goes Likely. Now a 1st throw here in overtime. This one caught downfield by Flowers. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Design run here with Jackson. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Hopkins sent in motion. Contact incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. They're locked in on this drive. 2nd connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
33-yard line.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
1st and 10. Going to keep it himself. The defense not fighting. They stay at home. They tackle him for no gain.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 9. From the gun, Jackson. The throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Hopkins sent in motion. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his tight end, Matt Andrews. A gain of 16 on that pass play. Good for a Raven 1st down.
Good for another Baltimore Raven.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. This one caught at the 4. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
3rd and short, Jackson. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Ravens. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with a victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.